Asherlo. It's a big grand.
And hello there, everyone in podcast land. It's Daniel and Eoin from Sure to Be Grand. Shook it up there a bit there at the start, didn't I? I don't think we've ever mentioned our names before the podcast name.
Well, look, times are changing.
Yeah, sure, it'll be grand.
We
like
gotta,
global
keep
climate
up.
change.
No, we gotta no,
yeah,
no, not like
what?
that. Not like that.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. But yes, this is our Friday weekly news segment. Eoin has sent in the news song into the studios. They're currently, really breaking it down. It's sounding great. I'm sure you'll love it.
It's
it might
great,
be 6 months, but that's just how the industry is, you know.
Listen, look, everything is backed up because of the pandemic. Places were closed for a long time, so they've got kind of a backlog of work they need to get through.
And also, our work it deserves a lot of work to put into it. You can't just throw it to the side.
It needs a lot of auto tune and stuff, layered on it. And
auto-tune actually to like human levels, because you go a bit beyond a human voice.
They're inventing this, like, it's like the opposite of auto-tune to actually make my voice sound not as impressive as it really is.
Manual tune.
Yeah, that's the one. And they've got we had there was like an entire strings section and an orchestral piece, and
and then we got rid of them because they were useless. It's some famous one, but it just didn't work for us, you know.
We hired Yo-Yo Ma to play the strings on it and the piano and etc. And he just couldn't. He's just not as good as people think he is. It's weird.
Yeah. But that's the very long bit we just made. But yes, welcome back to news, where we give you all our news on movies, TV, games, or whatever ails us, like climate change.
No, we're not giving people climate change.
Technically, we are. We definitely are releasing some.
I'm carbon neutral, I think. I don't know.
Can you be carbon negative? I suppose you can be carbon negative if you plant trees yourself.
Me? Okay, so my dad does.
So your dad is maybe.
Well, I did it once with him, so he plants enough for both of us.
Yeah, but your dad also loves driving and smoking, and both of those have a lot of.
My dad hates driving.
Does he?
Yeah, no, he's not.
He just does it a lot.
He just doesn't. He's not a fan. He used to drive for a living, so he hates it.
Oh, he was a taxi driver, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he was a delivery driver as well for a while.
Oh, I can imagine delivery driving is a fucking pain in the neck. But yeah, that's it. Eoin, give me some news.
What up? News
in the relations of TV or movie.
Okay, well, this one. Okay, the first one is just an interesting article I found. It's not really news, I suppose, per se, but I thought it was interesting to go through it. So, the Hollywood Reporter have just yesterday evening, or yesterday morning, I don't know, whatever, evening for us, morning for them, they released an article where they have picked the 5 new Hollywood A-list stars of the future, which I always think is fun to look at, and then we can look back at it in 5 years and be like, well, that didn't pan out. You know, like when the sports people do like the top wonder kids in world football or whatever, and then you look at them 10 years later and they're all playing in the conference or something. But so they've picked 5 people. So I'll just name them out, and we'll see how many of them do you know who they are. First of all,
none of them, guaranteed.
No, you'll definitely know at some of them. Okay, so the first one is Anya Taylor-Joy. You know who she is. Yeah, she's from The Queen's Gambit. You know who she is.
Oh, fish eyes. Lovely actress, but eyes scary.
Yeah, old fish eyes, they call her. Yeah, so she's number 1. She's done, so The Queen's Gambit is the big thing, and she was in the New Mutants film. She's the best part of that film. She's a very good actress. Yeah, she's a great actress. So she's like number 1 on it. She's got things coming up. She's doing Edgar Wright's new thriller thing, The Last Night in Soho, that's coming out soon, and she's doing a Mad Max
looking forward to that, actually,
spin-off where she's playing a young Furiosa from Fury Road, I think is her next big project.
Okay.
So yeah, she's number 1. We know who she is. Okay, all right. Okay, number 2, Jonathan Majors.
No.
Any thoughts? Any ideas on who this might be?
No, I'm sure you'll mention some role. I'm like, oh yeah, them.
Yeah, maybe not. Did you see 2019's The Last Black Man in San Francisco?
No.
Okay, well, he was in that. It's a
Okay.
much acclaimed movie that came out a couple of years ago.
Is he good?
And he's a good, yeah, he's a good young actor. He's also been in, I think, The Five Bloods, Netflix's Spike Lee thing that came out last year or whatever.
Okay.
And I think he had a role in Loki. Yeah, I think he had a small role in Loki, and he's been in like Lovecraft Country, which is supposed to be very good as well. HBO's Lovecraft
Yes,
Country.
I've watched the first few episodes. I have to get back to it. But yeah.
Yeah, so his upcoming projects are, he's going to be in Creed 3, I think is the big one.
Nice. Been loving the Creed series, actually.
Yeah. So number 3 on the list, you definitely know this, Florence Pugh.
Can you name a
Florence
role? I'm
Pugh.
not good with names.
Most recently, the star of Black Widow.
Oh, it's okay.
She's
yeah.
the best. She's easily the best thing in that.
Again, she's the best part in it. Like, better than anyone in that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, David Harbour's good in it too, but she steals the show.
Yeah, but David Harbour is David Harbour, like,
yeah,
you know.
She steals the show. So yeah, she did, the first thing I saw her in was a thing called Fighting with My Family, which is about it's sort of like the story of Paige, the WWE wrestler superstar woman. She's like an English wrestler. It's like the story of her life because and she played Paige in it. She's really good in it. I think the movie was that spectacular, but she's very, very good in it. She's great actress too. So she's number 3. Now this is where it gets sticky. Well, I think.
Oh yeah, because it hasn't been so far.
Number 4, Anthony Ramos.
No.
Okay, he's the lead guy from In the Heights.
Oh. Okay, I have to watch that still. I'm looking forward to watching it. I know it wasn't your cup of tea, but no. I think it might be mine.
This guy's an outlier for me because, well, this is going to sound odd because he's the same age as me. But
I hate that, don't you?
That feels, I hate myself for saying this, he feels at that age of 29 that he is too old to be on the next big star of Hollywood list.
Oh, yeah.
I hate myself for thinking it. So I'm like, no, I'm not. I could be a star in Hollywood still. I'm not even 30 yet. But yeah.
Anytime I see like accomplished actors in Hollywood and it turns out they're quite a bit younger than me, I'm just like, no, wait, you're meant to wait till everyone else had a chance. What are you doing?
Yeah, you have to let me do it first, and then you can try. So that's him. So he's I think he's gonna be in the next Transformers movie. So
that was a weird question.
So yeah, he's going from like Hamilton and In the Heights to Transformers.
Is it a continuation of the Transformers series, or is it like the Bumblebee side thing? Do you know?
I think it's like the next main Transformers one. So like a follow on to the Mark Wahlberg shit shows.
I actually quite liked the Bumblebee one. That was quite nice.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah,
it was. I thought the first half of it was pretty interesting because it was a nice kind of small scale story.
Yeah.
It just happened to have a transformer in it, and then by the end it turned into just more usual. Like,
it didn't need to go big, really.
Big, weird looking blocks punching each other.
Like if they had just one person pursuing them, that would have been fine. But like, don't make it a big show, like.
So number 5 on the list then, I apologize, I'm probably going to say his name wrong. I think it's Reggie Jean Page, but it's Rege, and I know it could be Reggaejean, I don't know. Anyway, do you know who he is?
No.
He's like the main guy from Bridgerton, Netflix's
I haven't watched that.
Bridgerton thing. He's the super handsome guy, and he's 31 as well, so the oldest on the list. So yeah,
he said okay. He's just about my age. It's fine.
He's probably is gonna be big because he did the first season of Bridgerton and then I think he got like so many offers and stuff for movies that he's not coming back for the second season of Bridgerton. As far as I know, they're recasting him because he's like, fuck this shit. I think the Russo brothers want him to be in their next like thriller thing, and he's doing he's gonna be in the Dungeons and Dragons movie. That is coming out soon. He's in that.
I'm still not sure why they're doing that.
Who knows what he's going to be in it? But there you go. They are the.
I hope he's a dungeon.
I'm hoping he's a dragon. Those are the only two things in it, I think.
That's it. Yeah.
Dungeon.
It's not like we have a game on tonight that is Dungeon Dragon based.
No. But yeah, those are the according to the Hollywood Reporter, the 5 next big stars in that they think. And that when they're talking about them, they assume that like these people are going to be like Leonardo DiCaprio level of like household name fame.
Interesting. Climate change.
Leonardo is a big advocate for saving the planet. Yes.
Yeah, which fair play to him. It feels weird that he has to be applauded for having that belief. I'm an advocate for the planet that we exist on.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it. I like the planet we live on. I think it's pretty neat most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah. It's a shame for some of the neighbors, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's what the Hollywood Reporter thinks they're gonna be the next stars of Hollywood.
Just as important news, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 has a casting announcement.
Fuck yeah.
For Knuckles.
Fuck yeah, he does.
Idris Elba. But you know what? It works. It makes 100%. You want that sort of rough but smooth voice in this tiny creature.
Listen, Knuckles in Sonic franchise history has always been a smooth talking, sultry, sexy, tough guy. That's Knuckles'
one of those sticks out to me,
what?
But
what? Do you know the way? Just Google
DeviantArt, Owen Costigan, and Sonic the Hedgehog, just in case.
Don't Google that, because please don't Google that. Just don't Google it. I'm begging you. You will regret it if you Google any sort of Sonic the Hedgehog fanfiction on DeviantArt.
We played that game once, didn't we? Where if you take your name and add the hedgehog, there's usually fan art of it out there. Beautiful. It really is lovely.
I found images for all of us in our friend group and sent them to the group chat and pretended I wrote them and I drew them, and somebody believed me.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I drew all you guys as hedgehogs. And they didn't think that was weird, which was nice. So,
I thought it
probably thought it was weird. Yeah, but you know,
I didn't believe you either. So that's I think that's a fun casting. I never thought we'd have Jim Carrey and Elba in the same movie, most likely acting against each other. That's going to be a bit wild. But yeah, another news. What If from Marvel has the first episode with Peggy Carter, or should I say Captain Carter, has come onto Disney Plus. And you haven't watched it yet, Owen, and you're probably not going to, are you?
No, I have absolutely no plans.
You've just tuned out of Marvel for now.
Look, the way I'm thinking about, I'll specifically with this What If thing. Number one, I have heard everything I've heard about this first episode in particular is that Marvel went, hey, what if this little thing changed? And they answered it by saying it's exactly the same, but the roles are reversed. And also, I think it's really horrible to look at. I don't like the art style at all.
And this is not a judgment on you, but you have very picky feelings about animation in general, though.
Bro, this What If show looks like they took a live action sequence and threw a Snapchat filter on it that turns people into cartoons. It's not. It's horrible. I don't like it.
I know. Some of the animation's really impressive. It really is. But I will say I agree with you. The shame about this first episode is that it's not the biggest change in the world. We still have a super soldier who has a blue, red, and white shield that still saves Bucky. And they basically took scenes from the movies and just swapped it around. I mean, it was kind of cool that we had basically the Hydra Smasher, which was an early version of the Iron Man with Steve piloting it. And they had I'm not going to go into spoilers, but there were definitely moments where you think, they're just going to swap that around, and they didn't. But for the most part, it's a paint by numbers plot of the original Captain America with just a very small change. If you're going to do a what if, I mean, go a little bit further out. Saying that, I have heard rumors that Peggy Carter or Captain Carter will show up more in the other episodes. So maybe she's some sort of central thread throughout the coming episodes.
I thought they were all standalone episodes.
I think they might still be, but I mean, there's even rumors that she's going to show up in Doctor Strange's movie. So who knows? I mean, I'm actually I like when they experiment. It's just this episode wasn't really the biggest experiment. Also, I'm okay. So they bulked her up obviously because she got a super hero, super soldier serum, and she grows 2 feet. and she's like massive bodybuilder, and guarantee you there were some lads who went nice. But anyway, beyond that, like, I'd love to see how they deal with that in live action, because with Chris Evans, they just took big bulky Chris Evans and shrunk him down. But for Peggy Carter, like, they'll have to do the reverse, because she's not like a big bulky woman. Like, it'll be like a
Haley Atwell can do it.
She-Hulk thing. Maybe she can. Yeah, she's a very talented woman. Maybe she can.
Maybe she can.
Yeah. Any more news bits from you?
So another thing that came out this week or last week or wherever the fuck it came out was the Suicide Squad. Did you see it?
I did.
I promised the people of Twitter I would slip the Suicide Squad review into it, and here are my thoughts summated. It's complete.
He loved it. Can you believe it?
It's complete crap. I hated every second of it. There's not a single redeemable feature in it. It's trash from every standpoint. That's my opinion, and it's fact also. Anyway, related to that, to the Suicide Squad, because Margot Robbie, who's in that, is in the news this week, because it's been announced that she's joining Tom Hanks in Wes Anderson's next movie.
Okay.
So Margot Robbie and Tom Hanks are being in a Wes Anderson thing, which is as yet untitled. Now, he has another movie that was due to release last year that's coming out now next month or something, called something or other. Timothy Chalamet is in it. I don't know. It's coming out soon, though, and people are excited for it because a lot of people like Wes Anderson. I'm not mad about him. I think, Grand Budapest is clearly his best work, and it's a very good movie. Some of his other stuff is just a little bit off kilter for me. I'm just kind of like, yeah, I see what it's whatever.
You don't like quirky?
Yeah, but it's like it's quirkiness for no reason sometimes with Wes Anderson. It's just like he's just like, well, what if I take everything and just do it a little bit weirdly? Blah. It's like Tim Burton. I'm just like, I don't care. Just fucking tell the story, bro. Anyway, Margot Robbie is going to be in his new one, and it's untitled as of yet. They haven't really said what it's going to be, so it probably won't be out for another year or two. But Tom Hanks and Margot Robbie in a movie together, and maybe another couple that you wouldn't have thought would act alongside each other. But yeah.
I mean, I like both. I mean, I like Tom Hanks a lot more, but
yeah,
I like both.
Well, she's got a lot of stuff coming up, I think, because she's filming Damien Chazelle's new movie. Babylon, I believe it's called. Damien Chazelle, who did La La Land and Whiplash and First Man a couple of years ago.
Yes. Must get back to watching First Man.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Like, it's it's good. It's a good movie. So yeah, it's his next project, and it's about like 1920s Hollywood, or so. It's set during 1920s Hollywood. So she's filming that at the moment. Brad Pitt, I think, is also in it. I think. And
Brad Pitt's still doing stuff?
Yeah, bro. Brad Pitt's still Brad Pitting.
Okay.
and she's wrapped production on another untitled film from David O. Russell. And then she's playing the title role of Barbie in Barbie.
And what's the title role?
Barbie.
Oh.
She's playing Barbie. Greta Gerwig is making a Barbie movie.
To be fair, she may as well have been genetically made to look like Barbie. Fair enough. Fair point. But yeah, she's playing Barbie. I don't know what that movie, I don't know if it's like if she's like a Barbie doll that gets turned into, nobody knows what the plot is. But we know someone who's definitely going to watch that movie.
Yeah, sure. Maybe maybe it's a live action adaptation of one of the animated Barbie movies. And they do like Barbie and the Nutcracker or some fucking thing. Like, there's like 65 of them. There's a whole shitload of Barbie animated movies. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'd imagine it's going to be some weird, like, this woman thinks she's a doll, or I don't know, something stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's coming out soon. So there you go. Margot Robbie's in the news, and the Suicide Squad is awful. Thank you.
Do you have any more TV or movies before I move on to games?
I mean, I have a load of stuff here. Do you want me to just fly through some of them?
I'll fly through them.
Okay, so the Powerpuff Girls are in the news.
Oh, I heard this.
Are in the news this week because
Drama.
Okay, so this started in last year, August. This month last year, they announced that the CW, who we make all of the DC, like the Flash and Arrow and all them, and make Riverdale now is probably their biggest show. They announced that they were making a live action Powerpuff Girls TV show. They shot a pilot for it. The lead roles were cast Chloe Bennett from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's like Quake, the main character in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., was cast as Blossom. Dove Cameron, who has done, she's in all the, the Descendants movies that Disney did, which are about like, they're like musical things for the Disney Channel. They're about like the kids of all like Disney villains. So she's like Maleficent's daughter or some shit.
Yeah, the things I saw trailers for, and so I'm absolutely not watching that.
So she's in those, and then she had a small role on a Netflix movie last year that I can't remember. Jennifer Aniston's in it. It's about like a beauty pageant thing. It's not bad. She's playing Bubbles, and then Yana Perrault was playing Buttercup. Alongside them, then Donald Faison, Turk from Scrubs, is playing Professor Utonium. Strange choice, I know, yes. And then they have Nicholas Padani is playing the show's version of Mojo Jojo, who is just like some guy called Joseph Jojo Mondale Jr. or something. And
is that a Jojo reference?
Probably.
Do you get that?
Yeah, everything's a Jojo reference, isn't it?
Okay, grand.
Probably
yeah,
is,
okay, you get it. Fair enough.
No, I get it. Yeah, I get
Jojo's actually coming back. The new series. I'm looking forward to it.
Anime's back, baby. Was it?
Anime in general is back. It was gone for a while there.
And now it's back. Anime's back. And Robin Lively is playing Miss Bellum, the legs woman with the red hair. But that they shot a pilot, and then the network said, "This is fucking shit. We need to they basically, the CEO of the CW said, no, that's a total, no thank you. I think they said it was too campy. I'm not sure, but they didn't like it. Yeah, weird. I don't know, but they're going for some weird like the Powerpuff Girls, because I think the plot supposedly is that like obviously the Powerpuff Girls are adults now. And they have
Is it continuation?
Sort of. Like it's not like a direct sequel to the old TV show.
But we can assume they roughly did the same things as kids.
Yeah, they were. The plot is that they were superheroes when they were kids, and now they're grown up and they've all retired from crime fighting, and they're trying to find their way in the world, having been like child stars for saving people and stuff. And it'll probably be a whole like, oh, we got to get the band back together, and I don't know, I think Bubbles is trying to be a makeup artist or or a stylist or something, and Blossom is like blah, blah, blah. But Chloe Bennett,
I know mental health is a very diverse and challenging topic with many nuances, but I don't think I could ever be depressed if I could fly around and shoot things with my eyes.
It would be very difficult. Yeah. But anyway, aside from the pilot, they were like, we got to reshoot this, and now they've lost their Blossom because Chloe Bennett is not doing it anymore. She's dropped out of the whole thing, and they are still in talks.
Any news on that? Why?
They haven't said why at all, as far as I can see. It's just they just announced that Chloe Bennett's not playing Blossom anymore, and that they're still in talks. They're still trying to get Dove Cameron and Yana Perrault back to reshoot the pilot to play Blossom or Bubbles and Buttercup. So they might have to
crashing hard.
like they might have to recast the whole fucking Powerpuff Girls, because they're trying to do something. I don't know. Obviously, they shot one thing and they were like, "Nah, this is shit. We're not doing this." Now, some people think that it's because some people think it's Marvel related, as people think everything is Marvel related. So they think that the reason Chloe Bennett has left is because Marvel are going to be like, "Yo, come back and play Quake in something else." But that's completely unbased in any sort of reality.
Still
no, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is over, but the people think that Marvel are going to be like, yo, let's have Quake like appear in another show, or like be in.
Do you want a Disney TV show? We have it.
Yeah, you want to be in Marvel's What If, Chloe Bennett? Season 2, what if Quake was actually a part of the MCU? That'd be the big question.
Imagine if they just, what if Coulson didn't die doing the Avengers? And just like, could you imagine the fans of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. losing their shit?
Yeah, what if Coulson never died and he was just and then they just throw an Instagram filter on an episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and release it as an episode of What If. It's perfect. It'll save them so much money. Anyway, that's the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh my god, I like that. And they just watch all of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with the filter on.
Yeah, why not? And that's okay. So that's Powerpuff Girls news. Moving more TV things. There's a couple of new things. This one is small, but it's a show that I'm enjoying watching at the moment. The White Lotus on HBO has been renewed for a second season. It's actually, honestly, I would recommend it to anyone. It's really good. It's not an Avatar reference, okay? Because I can see the way you're looking at me. And somebody else also, this actually, somebody in work actually was like, "Hey, you watching that?" And good. I was like, "Oh, I just started The White Lotus," and they were like, like Avatar? I was like, no, it's not actually an Avatar. It's like a really kind of dark satirical thing about the White Lotus Resort, which is like a 5-star super fancy hotel in Hawaii, and it's about like the staff and the VIP guests that are staying there over the course of a week or something. It's now season 1 hasn't finished. They've only released like 5 episodes so far, but HBO have decided to renew it for a second season. But it's going to be like an anthology thing, so it'll be a different cast for season 2, just new people in the hotel and stuff. It's really good. It's funny, and it's a little bit different at times. The production is incredible on it. Like the cast is so in season 1. You've got like Sydney Sweeney, Alexandra Daddario, Connie Britton from Nashville is in it. There's a lot of like actors who are not like massive stars, but you'd recognize them when you're watching it. You'd be like, oh, hey, it's that guy. So yeah, it's good. It's a good show, and season 2 is coming. So there's just a small little news thing that's not related to any massive franchises.
Who did they cast as King Boomy?
Who? Oh, King Boomy. Oh, well, see, this is actually set when it's like a prequel thing. This is King Boomy when he's a kid.
Yeah.
And this
Aang on the show, is it?
This is like before he met Aang, so maybe in season 2. You never know.
Okay, cool.
They might do a crossover with this Avatar live action thing that's supposedly still happening.
I'm sad that Iroh won't be in it now because that was before his time.
Yeah, he's not. He can't be in it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Oh well.
Yeah.
There you go. The White Lotus. Final thing. Robert Rodriguez. What do we think of him? Do you like him?
Oh, yeah.
Director of Desperado, From Dusk Till Dawn, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Sin City, The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl in 3D, Alita Battle Angel, Machete, and of course the Spy Kids franchise. You know that Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah, I know who this is.
He has a style.
I know his sins.
He has a style, doesn't he?
He does.
Like he has a thing that he does.
I like it when he did crossover with a Spy Kids and Machete.
That honestly, I love that little factoid that it's the same guy from both. It's just cool. It's just the same. No, that's him. Yeah, that's the guy in Machete that murders people with a machete and like rips people's fingernails off and viciously. That's the same guy in the kids movie that I made.
That's the kid's uncle.
That's their uncle. That's what he does. So, what do you want? He exists in the same world as this weird 3D James Bondy stuff. Anyway, yeah, so he has signed a deal with HBO as well. So his production company have signed like an exclusive production deal with HBO for like 2 years or something. So he's going to be making TV shows and movies and stuff for HBO Max. So yeah, I don't know I think Robert Rodriguez, I think he has some good movies. Like Desperado is a very good movie. Spy Kids was something I watched a lot when I was a kid. Alita Battle Angel is weird in that it's not terrible. It's an okay movie that got some sort of real weird online following where anytime you mention it in a tweet, 600 people jump in and be like, make Alita Battle Angel 2, Alita Battle Angel, best movie ever, Alita Battle, and it's funny.
They're called anime fans.
It's a fine movie.
Very spirited people.
It's okay, and the main character's big eyes don't translate to live action for me. She's weird looking. But yeah, There you go. So Robert Rodriguez, yeah, he's making stuff. So the last thing he made was for Netflix though, so he's like switching studios. He made like a Shark Boy and Lava Girl sequel for Netflix last year or this year.
Did they?
It's called We Can Be Heroes, and it's about their kids or something, I think. It's actually supposed to be not bad. I haven't seen it though. But yeah, There you go. One final story. How do you feel about the Addams Family, Dan?
I like the Addams Family, but I will be honest, I really only watched the movies back in the day. And I like the philosophy of the Addams Family and what they were metaphoric representations of.
Yeah, I like when I stumble across a screen cap from the old Addams Family TV show
it's funny
on Twitter. And it's generally just like the main guy, whatever his name is. What's the dad's name? Gomez and him just saying some funny stuff. They're fine. I saw the Christina Ricci movies when I was a kid, and I watched some of the TV show. I was never a massive fan of it, but Netflix.
I like the response to the whole white picket fence idea, and that America used that this idea that you have to have a certain family, and this is how you're respected and good. And this show was always trying to say, hey, actually, you can be completely fucking different and still have great morals. I dig that, respect that.
Yes, well, you're not going to get any of that in this one. Maybe I have no idea. Netflix are making a YA Addams Family thing that's about Wednesday
Mhm.
Addams when she's a teenager and she's going to school at the Nevermore Academy and she's like finding herself and all this crap, and also she's psychic.
Yeah.
I didn't know, was Wednesday always psychic? I don't know. She's psychic in
I
this
think
one.
she has some powers, yeah.
Well, her psychic powers are blossoming in this one, Wednesday. It's like an 8-episode series thing that Netflix are making. And they announced this week that Catherine Zeta-Jones is going to be playing Morticia,
Yeah.
the matriarch of the Addams Family. Now, they've also said this...
Casting, visually,
Yeah,
anyway.
it's good. Yeah, I think it'll work. They have also said that it's a guest starring role because the show is not about the Addams Family. It's about
Wednesday.
It's about Wednesday at school.
And Wednesday has been the favorite for most people for a
Yeah,
long
so
time.
like she'll probably like Morticia and Gomez and like Uncle Fester and all the rest of them will probably show up sporadically.
Yeah.
That like just in random episodes they'll have like a flashback
Yeah.
or Morticia will visit Wednesday at school or something odd will happen. They're not going to be in it all the time. Louise Guzman is playing Gomez as well. I think also good casting.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. I think, and no, obviously no offense to the man himself, but there was always that attractiveness separation between the married couple.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, look, at the same time, they both adore each other because they're macabre weirdos, you know. So I'm looking forward to it. And again, thankfully, they did choose a Latin American man.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of people forget that while watching the black and white one, that, you know, it's not just a white guy. You know, so I'm very glad that they have also someone who has an accent.
His name is Gomez.
You know, yeah. I mean, since when did it actually remind people? Let's be fair.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that's the end of the There's nothing else in the whole wide world has happened in TV or movies this week.
Cool.
There you
I
go.
mean, I only have a few things in gaming here. Only about 3 little bits. So, you played Pokemon Go.
I did. Yep. The best summer of my life.
Yeah, remember that summer where humanity actually put aside all its evils and decided to join in a phenomenon that brought peace to us all for a few weeks.
Yeah, the Western world, at least.
The Western world, yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
they didn't
terrible
things still
happening,
they didn't down arms in Afghanistan or anything like, you know.
Yeah,
North
it
Korea.
it wasn't a Michael Jackson moment where everyone started.
You know, most people. Guantanamo Bay released all of their prisoners for that summer just so they could play Pokemon Go. It was great.
Everyone who could afford a phone.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm sure you probably heard some of the drama, I suppose, of Pokemon Go now making it that you have to walk again.
Yes.
To places.
And I saw this through a weird avenue because one of the actresses who was in Modern Family tweeted Niantic, or not tweeted, she like added them in her Instagram story giving out saying this is bullshit, like there's still a pandemic, blah blah blah, all this stuff, and that's how I found out about this story.
Yeah, and this is kind of a continuation of it, and it's a really weird point to make, but if it wasn't for like COVID, I would say, oh, he has a point. But so John Hank, the founder and CEO of Niantic, who are the makers of Pokemon Go, with a contract obviously with the Pokemon company, they didn't just decide to make it and make a massive worldwide phenomenon. And Nintendo went, yeah, it's fine. Nintendo's really chill about people taking their
they don't mind
copyrighted material and doing fan stuff.
They're,
you don't mind.
They're totally okay with it. Do whatever you like with their.
It's a mine. It's a yours.
Whatever
hey.
you want with their multi. Oh, is Mario the CEO of Nintendo?
Yes. Did you not know?
No, I didn't know.
He puts himself in all the movies. He's a massive narcissist.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense. He's got the Hitchcock syndrome.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yes, Mario. In everything Nintendo does, tries to make a cameo. It's really weird. But yeah. Anyway, so John Hank, the founder and CEO of Niantic, he has said that he is scared of the idea of a metaverse. So metaverse is basically a fictional world planted on top of ours for some devices or some sort of electronic means. Kind of sounds like Pokemon Go, if you ask me. Which is, it pretty much is. It's like Pokemon Go map is basically a map over the real world.
Yeah, it's like
it's a metaverse.
Augmented reality.
Yeah. it's a metaverse, and he says it's a nightmare, and he's brought this up now at a very strange time when everyone's been telling us, like, hey, no, you should like let people, because he says, look, it's all about getting people to go out and seeing people and enjoying it. And don't get me wrong, that has been a major plus for Pokemon Go, and I think a lot of people took that to heart. But this seems more from a CEO that's like, hey, we need to start making money again. Please, like, go out and advertise our little app and be active. Yeah, okay, cool, thanks. Like that's the vibe I'm getting from this.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The reason I stopped playing Pokemon Go was because where I live out the countryside, and there's nothing nearby. There's no like Pokestops or gyms or anything like near my house that I can just walk to. There is, but it's it's like miles away, and I don't want to walk miles.
And you're also like 29.
Yeah, you know. Well, that too. Yeah, but this was a couple of years ago. Okay, but like had I known during the pandemic that I could have just reinstalled Pokemon Go and played it from the comfort of my fucking bedroom, I probably would have reinstalled it.
Yeah. I think they actually stepped back on it, and you can, but I'm not 100% sure. You probably have to check that out.
Have they changed? So they've changed it back again?
I think so. Well, look, folks, let us know in the comments, or the doobly-doo, as that fellow said once, about it.
What?
Yeah, don't worry about it. They'll get the reference. I think they stepped back in allowing it again, but I could be wrong. I'm guessing it depends on regions as well. I'd say they're more open in some regions than others.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Another little bit, just games kind of coming out. Atomic Heart is a role-playing game by Russian developers Mundfish. I'm not sure what Mundfish means, but they've been working on this since 2018. To be honest, it just sounds a lot like Fallout. So it's set around the year 1955 in an alternate reality, and there's a Soviet facility that has had machinery that rebelled against humanity, and the player has to basically investigate it. They're like a KGB agent, and they have to use their skills and know-how and scraps to figure out what happened. And that looks like an interesting game. Have you noticed, like, there's a lot of post-apocalyptic sort of end-of-the-world games coming out in the last 4 to 5 years?
Yes.
It's like a zeitgeist is slightly tickled by that notion at this stage. I don't think it's only COVID that has started it.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like we're on the precipice of an apocalypse.
Precipice? I think we're falling. But yeah. In my last bit of news, again, didn't have much this week. There's a new ambitious Fallout New Vegas mod being made, and it'll take players to New Mexico. Did you like Fallout New Vegas?
Yeah, it was okay. I wasn't like crazy about it or anything, but I played it.
Yeah, that was your first Fallout, wasn't it?
It was the first one I played to completion. Yeah. I had played Fallout 3, I think, briefly before, and I never really took to it.
All right, fair enough. But so Mother Vieira's team 2077, they went on a trip to New Mexico, saw the city, fell in love with it, and then went, I guess I need to emulate this into New Vegas. And they had a video recently released, and they show some of the towns and places, and it looks fun. I suppose Bethesda has kind of tapped into the best way of releasing games that will last for centuries, apparently, where they have the games be very easily moddable. So they don't really need to release a game for years. I mean, Elder Scrolls will probably come out in, another 4-5 years?
Oh, that could be like PS6 release or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
If
it's not coming for a long time, I'd say.
No. I mean, they already said that Fable will probably come out before Elder Scrolls will, which I believe. If you're into other mods, Sky Oblivion has released a new dev diary. They seem to be mostly done with all the outside maps. There's still some elbow grease, as they said, involved in cleaning some stuff up. I mean, at this stage, I think it'll probably be released around the time that next Elder Scroll gets released. But hey, they're not getting paid. They're doing this as fans. So anyone who is a bit impatient, cop the fuck onto yourselves. They're doing good work, and I'm looking forward to playing it when it comes out. And that's all the news from me today.
That's all the news in the whole wide world. It's nothing else.
That's all. Yeah, just mods and Sonic the Hedgehog.
I mean, that's all you need, isn't it?
Yeah, what else do you need? Yeah, absolutely.
Sonic the Hedgehog mod next.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog mods.
I'm 98.5% sure there is a mod for Skyrim that lets you play as Sonic the Hedgehog.
I would be genuinely heart attack surprised if there wasn't.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that. It's like similar to the Dragon Ball one.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing with like any kind of game gets introduced and there'll be a Skyrim mod that will take some part of it. Like I saw someone has now developed in Breath of the Wild, the glider. You can get get a mod for that. Yeah. And it looks actually class. It doesn't look bad. It's like, oh, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, fair play to you. So yeah.
Do you know the way?
Yeah. Be interesting to see. Mods kind of keep franchises alive, but yeah, that's everything from me today. And that sound is on.
Do you know the way?
Do you know that way? And he found a way because we saw the mural. God bless. Anyway, folks, subscribe, share, comment, please, under our posts. Let us know any interesting news you had this week or have any opinions on Owen's opinion on Suicide Squad. We'd love to hear it, won't we, Owen?
Yeah, fucking at me. It's trash.
Everyone at him on Twitter. Every single one.
Go ahead.
Even if just to say hi, just at him.
Go ahead. At us on Twitter. It's fucking awful. Yeah. It's terrible. You all have brain worms.
I actually didn't mind it all that much.
Dan has brain worms as well. The world has brain worms. It's a terrible movie.
Yeah, I mean, you do understand that if you think everyone else has brain worms, maybe you're the one.
Fucking brain worms, man. It's awful. It's an issue.
It's a pandemic, is it?
I almost said it.
Oh, do we have to stay in for fucking brainworms now, do we?
Yep.
All right. Well, that's it from me. And is it that from Owen?
It is.
Great. See you on Tuesday, where we review what movie, on?
The Devil Wears Prada.
Do.
Asherlo. It's a big rant.